pretty. I am so excited. It is our last session together. And I feel like our sessions have been pretty good. I hope that they have been just as good for you as they have been for me. Spending quality time, doing something that has really enriched my life over the past year, actually, probably a little bit more than a year. Has been special to share with each of you. So I hope that you've gotten something from it. Again, we are utilizing the Faith Goals Guided Journal, and it is a really gentle guide into learning yourself and learning how to develop a relationship with Christ. So today, what we're going to be focusing on is literally faith goals. And it is the day one prompt, which is write out your current faith goals. Write out your current faith goals. And if you have the book, you will see on the next page, I don't know if you guys can see this, it gives you some sample faith goals. So I'm going to share a couple of them with you because I know that all of you don't have it, because I really want you to do the exercise. Okay. So I want to kind of show you what some faith goals look like or sound like. So for mental faith goals, some of them can be, I will seek the professional therapy I need to address past traumas. I will develop positive self-talk. A spiritual faith goal can be, I will identify one accountability partner. I will identify one area to serve in at my home church. A financial faith goal could be, I will budget my resources properly. I will work on saving more and spending less. Physical, I will exercise for at least 15 minutes every day. That needs to be a faith goal for me because Petra Michelle does not do that. And then I will focus less on my weight and more on being a healthy vessel. So those two go together. And then for a relational faith goal could be, I will be open to developing new friendships, which is why you're here. And then on the alternative, I will eliminate toxic relationships. I will eliminate toxic relationships. So I've given you some examples on what faith goals can be, and they can be anything that you're looking to level up your life with, right? And something you're wanting to be intentional about. These are not, what is it called at the beginning of the year? New Year's resolutions. It's not just that, things that you kind of say just to say. These are things that are actual areas that you want to activate your faith in. And because you're activating your faith, that means you're going to be intentional with your time and your care and what you do with them. Like, you're not just going to say anything just to say it, right? And so that's what I love about a faith goal, is it actually causes you to elevate. It causes you to accelerate. It causes you to be intentional with your introspection and your growth. Excuse me. And that's what's key here, because I want you to know that you're going to have to get comfortable not understanding the level of investment that he requires. You're going to have to get comfortable not knowing the level of investment that he requires. And that's a quote from the Faith Goals book. And it's important to keep that in mind when you're talking about setting your faith goals, because there's going to be things that the Holy Spirit downloads to you that you need to work on, in areas that you need to really level up or become intentional about. And you're not going to understand. You're like, what's going on? Like, what is this? Or you're like, okay, cool. That's no problem. I'll do that. And then when you start really getting into it, excuse my hair is everywhere. When you start really getting into it, you realize that it's going to require a lot more of you than you realized. And I'm going to encourage you right now to go ahead and get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because when you change your mindset from New Year's resolutions to actual faith goals, there are going to be areas that are going to stretch you, that are going to bend you, that are going to submerge you, that are going to overwhelm you, but they will not break you. They will not break you. You may get uncomfortable, but it is because you are about to go through a growing season. And growing means that you're going to have to push through some things. You're going to have to push through the soil to get to the top, to bloom, okay? And so you're going to have to get uncomfortable with not understanding the level of investment that's going to require, because there are going to be some areas that you think are perfected that he's going to bring into your vision, and he's going to say, yeah, no, that's actually a faith goal for you. I need you to write that down because you're going to need to put in some work there. There's going to be some areas that you didn't even realize that he wants you to elevate in. You're like, that's not for me. That's for Sally over there. And he's going to be like, yeah, no, that's for you. Get ready to invest there. So again, I want you to realize that this exercise is really going to require that you get into a quiet space, that you get your pen and paper, that you get your word, that you get your water, that you're ready to pray, that you're ready to hear from God, but not just in the areas that make you comfortable or that you think you need him in. You are going to have to be clear about opening your mind to where God is calling you to. Your faith goals require that you cut away all complacency, that you cut away all of your negative self-talk, that you cut away all of those fears about being seen. It's going to require that you really dive deep into who you have been called to be. If you've read the Faith Goals book, then you realize that it's about a bunch of different stories, right? That I was able to curate and bring together to show how women had elevated in seasons that were hard, that were rough, that were dry, that were untenable, that were unthinkable. But they were able to thrive because they tapped into this idea that is not just lip service. I'm making an investment by activating my faith. I'm making an investment by activating my faith. And that's why the journal is so important. And it's such a good accompaniment to the book, because you get the stories, you get the roadmap, you get the scriptures, the affirmations, all these things to help you begin to activate it. And then this begins to help you to understand what you're activating. So we give you the tools, and then this helps you to pull out where your tools are going to be put to good use. That's the key to this. So again, this is an exercise that I actually want you to do. So go ahead, get out a pen and paper or a journal, or get your phone out if you like to take notes on there, and really think about it. What are going to be my faith goals this year? What am I doing? How am I doing it? What has he called me to? What is he calling me from? What is he calling me from? That's going to be a thing. And I will tell you, he's been doing that for me lately. In fact, it started last year, and there were some things, some opportunities, some relationships, some connections that I thought were going to be long-term, that I anticipated taking into the next 10, 15 years. And he said, I'm calling you from that. I'm shifting you from that season. I'm shifting you from that place. You've gotten too comfortable with the norm, and I'm opening new doors for you. I'm shifting you, and I need you to activate your faith to go through them. I need you to activate your faith to go through them. So I'm going to require that you really sit down and adjust those faith goals, because you think that some things have been answered. That was a comma. That wasn't a period. I didn't answer that in completion. I was still going. We like to put a cap on what God can do and how he'll answer us. But there are some things that you think that he's already answered. And so you've gotten comfortable in that place. And with that decision you think he's made, but it was really a comma. It wasn't a period. He said, I wasn't done. I have more for you. When I talk about acceleration, I'm not talking about just speeding past people or time speeding up. I'm talking about literally him saying, I need you to move. You've become stagnant. You've become complacent. You've become like the fig tree that didn't produce. I need you to accelerate, as in I need you to move forward. I need you to understand that I am not going to wait. So it's time to activate your faith. It's time for you to really begin to set those faith goals in motion. I love that for us. I love that for us. There are some things that you've told God yes to, but you haven't trusted him to really follow through on. I've done it. I've been saying I'm obedient. I'm doing more of what he's called me to do, blah, 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 blah. And God was like, no. You have not actually trusted me to do that. You have not actually trusted me to carry you through this. You've said yes, but you're still worrying. You've said yes, but you're still getting a backup plan in place. You've said yes, but you're still running away from the hard things. You're still running away from the hard things. And I tell you, one of the hard things I was running away from was even what I'm going to be doing with you guys in brunch. The fact that I'm going to be the one teaching and sharing with you all has been something that God has been telling me for so long. And I've been running, but I realized that this year is the year to really begin to walk into what He has called me into. And I'm excited to do that with you all as we celebrate 5 years of Woman to Woman. Because I'm accelerating and I want you to accelerate with me. I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to show you what it means to begin to cast your cares on Him so that you are no longer bound or weighed down in such a way that you cannot move. We're going to learn to lean together and cast together, because there's some things that you've been not doing because you have been overwhelmed and you've been tired. But in this season, together, we are going to write down our faith goals. And we're not only going to write them down, but we are going to intentionally begin to activate our faith to fulfill. We're going to activate our faith to fulfill. And it's not us fulfilling it. It's God fulfilling them. Okay. So that's what I want you to do. That's the assignment. Go, if you have your journal, it is day 1 prompt, write out your current faith goals. And again, ask Him what those are, because I guarantee you they're going to be a little different than what you've been doing or what you think you're supposed to be doing. So I want you to write them down. I want you to seek Him about what you're writing down. I want you to pray once you've written them down. And then I want you to bring them with you to brunch. I want you to bring a copy of them with you to brunch, because I'm going to ask you to put them into the prayer box. We usually put just our prayer requests into our prayer box, but I'm going to ask you to also put your faith goal list into our prayer box at brunch. Yeah. That's what I want you to do. I want you to bring your faith goals and to put them in the prayer box, because we're going to pray over them together. Because I'm going to believe that He is going to give us the confidence to activate our faith in such a way that we are accelerated into this next season, that we are not bound and we are not overwhelmed by things that we were never meant to carry in the first place. We're going to have to learn to cast our cares on the one who can not only catch them, but who can handle them. It's time. I am so thankful for you. Thank you for spending time with me every week, every Thursday for these past 3 weeks. It has been a blessing to be with you. I hope that you have learned something. I hope that this was a blessing to you. I hope that you're ready. I hope that you're ready for brunch. It is about to be bomb. The girls will tell you I am so ready. I'm anxious in a very good way. We're planning some things, but more importantly, He's planning some things. So again, have a wonderful night. Make sure you do your faith goals exercise. Make sure you bring your faith goals with you to brunch and put them into the prayer box. We're going to pray together. The Pretty Crew is going to cover you and your faith goals. I hope you have a wonderful night, Pretty. Bye.